Hello again, another day for a Greenlight model, and this time it's the 1955 Chevrolet Nomad. So, I never knew anything about this car. For some reason, Wikipedia calls it the Tri-5 as well. Not sure the story behind that. Please leave a comment if you know. This car was supposed to be sold between 1955 and 1957. It's called a Sport Wagon, and it's a two-door body style. So a two-door wagon, interesting. The engine choices were 4.3 liters up to 4.6 liter V8s. And let's see about this particular car. This thing sold for 58 grand. Only 8,500 produced in 1955. It says, 265 cubic inch, and power steering, all that stuff. It's supposed to be a luxury, like a luxury car actually. A luxury station wagon put out by Chevy. Other than the Corvette, I think it was the second most expensive Chevrolet of its day. So I think that's pretty interesting. It shared the doors with the Bel Air hardtop, and then has a two-piece split tailgate and a flat folding rear seat. So you can actually, put some stuff in the back of that thing. All right, let's get this out of here. So, might as well use this photo as a reference, right? Not bad. Okay. Let's try this 3/4 front view. I've seen some with white roofs, but I managed to pull up these images here, and I think it looks alright. Let's see the overall proportions. Yeah, looks good to me. Let's see about the rear. Alright. Alright, let's see what's going on with the small details. Well, let's first start with the paint, actually. It's not a metallic paint. It's just a regular pink, like a flesh color, something. It's almost like the flesh color you would see on like action figures. But not really a flesh color of a human being. Just look at my skin. So, well, I guess in certain aspects, skin is translucent, so the color does change. Alright, let's see, the silver paint here is looking pretty good. But I think there's some residual oil or something on this thing, so it might look a little bit odd, but no, maybe not. It might just be bad paint. The casting has some roughness right there, because they did wipe it. Oh well, some silver paint right around the bottom, a little contaminant there. Door handle sticks out, and the key lock does as well. Silver paint around the window trim looks pretty good. I like the white walls. Well, they're not very concentric. They're more like psychedelic white walls. You can see the wheel, they actually casted in a bump for the air valve, so I think that's nice. I wonder if, well, maybe it's just a matter of removing the wheels, putting them back on. No, that didn't help. They're just not printed very well, the wheels, unfortunately. But the backside is black. I could just flip the tires around, if that really bothers me later. Bel Air looks pretty good there. Alright, separate bumpers. Yep, that's what I like about Greenlight. They do separate bumpers in most cases, or everyone I've seen. And I like the fact that it's got clear, plastic headlights. Unfortunately, I don't like this. What the heck? Oh boy. That's like a serious casting problem. It's literally a crack. So that's pretty horrible. I wish I saw that. I bought this locally at a store. I just didn't see that through the blister pack. So, oh well. Grill looks alright. There's some ridges. There's black paint in there. I'm gonna have to assume these are turn signals here and they're painted on. Alright, this little emblem thing is painted silver on the top, but look at this paint again. The oil's gone, but yeah, it's not bad actually, never mind. It was mostly oil. But it's got these weird magically floating wiper blades, right? It's weird. It looks like a graphic. It doesn't really look like wiper blades. Where's the arm? So, very strange choice on Greenlight's part. Why wouldn't they just mold the arms? You know, it's just odd. Or really, when they're in the resting position, the wiper blades are down here. They're like touching the chrome almost. They could have maybe put in some ridges on the casting or something. Panel gaps aren't too bad, not too wide. This roof, you know, there's some extra paint there, but I know I can take some Tamiya polishing compound and get that out, so that doesn't bother me too much. And then the tail here, we got some nice silver for these rub strips. And then this is a separate piece here. I don't think it opens though. No. I kind of feel like it would have just been easier and more nicer looking if this was just molded in with the rest of this whole top. You know, because you got this extra flash here. The gap isn't even. It just looks worse. It would have been better to just have this all molded as the same piece. Hinges sticking out, separate bumper again. In this case, it's a tow hook, and then the Mecum Auctions plate looks nice. This one actually has transparent, translucent taillights. It's just that they look a little bit weird. Like, why is there this gap here? That should be more flush with the bodywork. So it's a strange taillight. Right. I applaud the effort. You know, the taillights also have paint on them, but the actual execution doesn't really look like the photograph. It's not very good. Alright. Let's see what else we have here. I love that they write what the year and car it is, so that's nice. The tire treads look pretty good. It's press fit together in 3 spots, so if there was a major quality problem, you'd have to drill it 3 times, which luckily I don't think I have to do on this one. Alrighty. So I guess the last thing is try to see the interior, but it's pretty dark in there. Even though it's not a black interior, it actually looks like the same color as the outside. Steering wheel's a bit thick. Some ribbing on the seats looks alright. The trunk is just flat. It seems alright though. Well, that's interesting. It almost looks like there's a dashboard on the right side. Ooh, is that normal? I mean, that's really strange. What is that? I'm gonna have to look that one up online. Right? That's strange to look at. Or please leave a comment if you know. Alright, so, well, no major quality problems. I think really the big problem with this one is just the design of this tail lamp. It just doesn't blend in with the body very well. This might be the case where the tail lamp might have actually been better if it was just painted on it was casted into metal and just painted. But what I do like is the fact that there's no opening hood. So from the most common view, the front 3/4, I think it looks like a nice model. Alright, so that's nice. The rear is definitely not as attractive because of this gap here with the hatch and those taillights, but I don't display my models like that, so it's less of an issue. Alright, let me get one of these spinning things out and we'll compare it to a couple other station wagons that I have. So just to reiterate again, you see how the taillights, let me try to focus on this photo, you know, it's just a smooth transition, but the model, it's got like that little divot, you know, where the seam is, so not a great fan of that. Alright, so let's pull out this here. Next model is a Tomica Limited Vintage. It's called a Toyopet Masterline, and I believe it's from 1960. Being Japanese, it's a smaller vehicle. This next one is a 1963 Chevy Nova 2 Wagon from Auto World. Alright. this, and we'll put another Greenlight out. This is a 1968 Plymouth satellite wagon. So that's actually a very big wagon. And the last one will be a modern vehicle. This is Mini GT's Audi RS6, I believe. Avant wagon, but I put a set of these Word C alloy wheels on it. I don't like the stock Audi design. So, yeah, modern car's pretty big. I mean, this Audi wagon is getting close to the size of that Plymouth satellite wagon. Interesting, the growth of modern vehicles. Alright, we'll just let this spin on this thing. So, I think the design intent was good. You know, in this one there's no opening hood, which I do appreciate. I just think it would have been easier for the tailgate to have been molded in with the rest of the roof. And then, well, the execution of the tail lights, not a big fan. I think it's basically missing more silver paint on the sides, right, compared to the photograph in the rear. Oh well, you know, Greenlights aren't very expensive models, so yeah, I can accept, you know, them not being perfect. And that is why I'll probably continue to buy more of them. I like the subjects that they do. So, until then, I'll see you around.